As part of the Trump administration's gutting of Dodd-Frank, the SEC is scrapping a rule that companies disclose their CEO to average worker pay ratio. So this is one of the little bits and pieces of Dodd-Frank where you go, okay, decent job. Like, for example, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is awesome. It's Elizabeth Warren's brainchild. And they actually look after the American people and make sure the financial institutions are not screwing you, which is why that was like number one on the chopping block. They're like, yeah, Trump appointed somebody to be the head of that who is just openly against it and who's worked with the predatory payday loan industry. So, I mean, anything that's good for you, just gut it. Gut it immediately. Now, on this front, the rule is very simple. Just once a year, these financial institutions have to disclose to the government for public records purposes, hey, this is our CEO to average worker pay ratio. Simple enough. And now they're gutting that, and they're saying, no, that's a private business and no business of the public, and anyway, let's move along here. Why do you think they're doing that? The answer is they know that the number's going in the wrong direction. They know that the American public wouldn't like it and wouldn't stand for it, and it wouldn't make them look good, so they're trying to scrap it. Now, we happen to have some data. There's been a few different studies and reports on this over the past few years. Here I have one from 2012. This is the AFL-CIO looked into it. The CEO to average worker pay ratio, in 1982, it was 42 to 1. In 1992, 201 to 1. 2002, 281 to 1. 2012, 354 to 1. By the way, other modern nations do not have this kind of pay ratio. Now, look, perhaps to the dismay of many people in my audience, I don't fancy myself some sort of radical. In fact, in an international context, I'm rather centrist and moderate. It's only in the U.S. spectrum, our crazy spectrum in Washington, that I appear to be some sort of far-left person. Overall, the philosophy I support is like the Scandinavian system, a social democratic system where you have a mix of socialism and capitalism, and it's a healthy mix, and you have certain things are taken off the table, like healthcare and education and infrastructure, and you get paid vacation time by law, and you get daycare and all that stuff. So it's just simple ideas that most people support. So I'm fine with like a disparity. It says 42 to 1 there in 1982. Okay, still a little high, 20 to 1? Yeah, I'll live with 20 to 1. Okay, the CEO makes 20 times the average worker. I mean, that's a lot. That's a big difference, right? 20 to 1? So that's a big difference, but that, I can sleep at night. Okay, there's some people, yes, I don't think everybody should make the exact same amount. I don't think the janitor should be making the same as the fucking CEO of the company. Now, again, some people in my audience are to the left of me, and they'll say, oh, whatever. Capitalist shill or whatever bullshit they come up with. But I can live with 20 to 1. 354 to 1, I can't live with. Now, again, they're scrapping it. And why are they scrapping it? Because it's probably 400 to 1, 450 to 1, 1,000 to 1. It's going to keep going in that direction. And they want it to keep going in that direction. When you have a Republican administration, guys, these numbers don't improve under Democratic administrations. Under Republican administrations, they're just pouring fuel all over that fire. So you have to know that the government is here to screw you. This corrupt, backwards government is here to screw you. We need to have government that's back to representing the people. And step number one on that front is getting the private money out of the system, having clean elections by law, making it so that you have publicly financed campaigns so that the politicians represent the public. That crazy idea, as opposed to the corporations and the big money donors who currently fund them. So that's step number one. But then step number two, obviously, is you elect people who are actually interested in looking out for you, the worker, as opposed to bending over backwards to look out for management and the owner class, which is what we have under this Republican administration. So much so, they're even against basic disclosure and transparency to get facts on what the pay discrepancy is between the CEO and the average worker.